Hey, what's up, guys? Come shop with me at the Rhodium today. I love coming on Tuesdays because you find a lot of great deals, a lot of dollar piles. On Monday, they actually have vintage days where you find a lot of true vintage pieces, but stuff isn't going to be a dollar, Stuff is going to be like 20 and up. And here we have a lot of Raider stuff. There was a lot of Lakers stuff on this rack. You see that red tag? That's a vintage Nike team tag. That's a really good tag to keep an eye out for. And right next to this rack, they had this pal that I spotted from a mile away because it had like this worn, faded look to it. You guys are gonna see it in a second after I get through all this Raider stuff. If you're a Raider fan, if you didn't go to the Rhodium today, you missed out for sure. But here's that pal I was talking about. I saw it from a mile away, and it had like that worn, faded, vintage look to it. I knew I was gonna find that type of stuff in here, and you got to train your eye to look out for those piles because you're gonna end up finding stuff like this in there. I didn't really find anything too interesting. This looked like the remnants or leftovers from Monday. So like a lot of stuff was like stained or torn. Like there was like a lot of high school tees I found, like a Banning, Narbonne, Carson team. Shout out to those guys. But yeah, and right next door, I don't know what the heck happened here. I took a tumble or something. Here we found a vintage and one tee, and right next door we have a box full of vintage hats. I gotta do my homework more on hats. I know the pro line vintage like Raider or Kings hats can go for a lot, and I actually did end up finding a pro line Raiders hat in here, but I don't think it was the right one because I looked it up and it wasn't really selling for that much, so I just left it behind. But I don't know, did I mess up on that? You guys are gonna have to educate me on that. But here, let me pull it out. It's this one right here. Yeah, I looked this bad boy up, and yeah, like I said, nothing really too impressive. I found these old school watches that I think they sold at like Burger King. I remember having a blue one. And yeah, cool vintage toys over here. Cool Nintendo stuff. Here's this pile that I found towards the end. I found some True Religion jeans and some Ariat stuff in there. The jeans, I didn't pick them up right away and ask how much they were. Instead, this is my tactic. I just point at the pile and I ask them how much the pile is, and that usually leads to cheaper prices. Because if you pick something up and you ask, she's gonna be like, "Oh, that's 5 or 10." But if you don't show interest and you have a good poker face, they're gonna be like, "Oh, everything's cheap, $3 or $1." So yeah, another chill day, like I said.